Good morning, everyone. Last time we are studying about the law of chemical combination. Today again we are proceeding the process. In the last topic we have studied about the law of conservation of mass. So we are starting from the next law of chemical composition, and now we are studying about the law of constant proportion. Law of constant proportion. What does the law say? Law says when two elements or more than two elements are combining with each other to form a specific compound, the ratio of these of the two elements must remain constant. Whether the process is proceeding in a single step, double step, elemental systems or from the compound, the ratio of those of the element must remain constant. When we take any example and try to explain the things, if you are making carbon dioxide and it is prepared by direct treatment of carbon with oxygen, then what is the ratio of carbon and oxygen? 1:2 on the basis of the number, and when you will see on the basis of the mass, it will be 12:32. When you are proceeding the same process in multiple steps, C plus half O2 gives CO plus half O2 gives CO2. Again the ratio remains same, 12:32. If you are making it with the help of any of the compound, again the carbon dioxide must have the same ratio, 12:32. That means whether you are proceeding the process through a single step, multiple step, through element or through compound, the ratio of two elements must remain constant, and this is the law of chemical law of constant proportion. Here everything is okay, but when you will see some of the cases when there are isotopes, if I am taking the same example of carbon dioxide and we are saying in two different compounds, one is containing C12 and the second is containing C14, then what will be the ratio? In the first case it will be 12:32, but in the second case it will be 14:32. So here you can say that the ratio is not constant. In the first case it is 12:32 and in the second case it is 14:32. Then which one is the correct one? Whether the first one or the second one, or the whole law is incorrect. Actually, when we talk about the ratio, when we talk about the constant proportion, we talk about only for the average atomic masses. Actually, when we talk about any of the element, almost all the elements survive in one or more than one isotopic forms. And if these of the elements are surviving in the isotopic forms, so there will be different composition of the element in any of the compound on the basis of the mass. But actually, when we see what is the atomic mass of any of the system, we see on the basis of the average atomic mass. So if you are taking average atomic mass, then what will be the ratio? The ratio will be constant. So you can say on the basis of the average atomic masses, the ratio of the two element in any compound or more than two element in any compound must remain constant, whether the formation is taking place in a single step, multiple step, or by the compound or element, the ratio must remain constant. So whatever the atomic masses we are using, we are not using the specific atomic mass of a specific element, we are using atomic masses of average system. For example, when you are talking about the hydrogen have three isotopes, that is the protium, deuterium and tritium. The atomic masses of these of the isotopes are respectively 1, 2 and 3 for protium, deuterium and tritium. But when you will see what is the atomic mass of hydrogen, it is neither 1, 2 or 3, it is 1.008. AMU, atomic mass unit. Why it is 1.008? Because that 1.008 is the average atomic mass of the system. So whatever the ratio we are taking in the case of the constant proportion, whatever the ratio we are taking the ratio in between two average atomic masses or more than two average atomic masses, how many elements are participating in the formation of that compound. So on the basis of the average atomic masses, you can say for any of the compound, the ratio of the element in that compound must remain constant, whether that compound is prepared in a single step or in multiple steps by the compound or by the element. That doesn't matter. The matters only that the compound ratio must remain same. If the compound is same, the ratio of the element must be same. Okay. Then what is the average atomic mass and how we find the average atomic mass? We are seeing. Then in the case of the average atomic mass, first what is the importance of the average atomic mass? Actually, when we see the isotopes, then almost all the elements contains the isotope. Then which of the atomic mass we will use for any of the estimation, for any of the calculation? Because in atmosphere the ratio of all of these of the elements must remain constant. Under general condition, the ratio must remain constant, and if the ratio remains constant, we can easily calculate the average atomic mass of these of the elements. We have already studied the same topic in class 10th to find the average atomic mass. Same thing is here, same topic is here, same calculations are also here. When you will see the difference between 9th and 11th, only the values are different. In the case of class 9, we were taking very small values which were easily solvable, but in class 11th we are taking bigger values which needs more calculation, nothing more than that. So if you can calculate, the same thing is here, whatever you were studying in the class 9. So I am taking a small example of the average atomic mass. So what is the formula for the average atomic mass? The average atomic mass is atomic mass of first isotope into their percentage by 100. I have not much space in my blackboard, so I am writing below it. Then atomic mass of second isotope into percentage by 100 and so on. So in this way you can calculate the average atomic mass. Note down. Now we are seeing some of the examples on this one. Now we are taking an example, a small example which can be easily calculated. If we are saying that the chlorine survive in two isotopic form, that is Cl35 and Cl37, having percentage composition 75% and 25% respectively, then what will be the average atomic mass? We will go through the same formula whatever we have written just now. So with that formula, average atomic mass, I am just writing AAM, average atomic mass. Average atomic mass equal to atomic mass of the first isotope. Which is the first isotope? Here it is the Cl35 and the atomic mass is 35. So 35 into percentage. How much percentage here? It is 75% divided by 100 plus second isotope. Atomic mass of the second isotope is here 37. So it is 37 into percentage 25 by 100. Now we can solve it. 25 3 ja, 4 ja, 1 ja, 4 ja. Now by solving we will get 105 plus 37 divided by 4, and when you will solve it you will get 142 divided by 4 equal to 4 3 ja 12, 4 5 ja 20.5 AMU. The same question you have already done in the lower classes, especially class 9th. Then this is the law of constant proportion. Thank you and all the best.